Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Coastal Bros on a special Monday night edition. Uh, we're gonna let's welcome in all the Coastal Bros real quick. We got Mister Vacation Man over here, Joey Two Wallets. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm on uncle duties. I gotta blow up this daggone floaty.
No, I was wondering. I thought, man, is this dude wearing a moo? And then let me bring in the big boy. How you doing, big boy?
Doing good. Just trying to get settled in.
That's right. And the Time Lord, the man we have to make sure we tell him 15 minutes to log on or else he's going to be late. Mr. Time Lord Romero.
The Time Lord.
What's going on, guys? Welcome. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
It's hot out here, man.
It's hot out there?
It's scorcher.
It's out here. It's all right. It rains every other like 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then it stops. And then later.
Is anybody else at 109 right now? Where we at?
Whew.
Nah,
9.
Nah.
not right now.
We had 94.
We're at 100, but not 109.
No,
Yeah.
over here in the good old state of Florida, we're at 82 degrees.
Not too shabby.
But it feels like 89 right now.
What's it like? What's it like in the East Coast, big boy?
I mean, I got extra humidity, and I'm at 94 over here where I'm at.
And the funny part is he's down the street.
See, I said the city. When I took my weather, it said the city. I don't know where yours said.
So
I said
he's a
that
New
one.
York transplant in Florida.
Yeah,
Got it.
I'm a transplant from the great California.
Yeah, I see you picked the wrong basketball team from Cali, though.
I did pick the right basketball team from Cali. Talking about.
I heard you guys drafted some guy named Diabetes. I don't know.
Hey, look, man. Just because you want to try to get Hall of Famer sons and think you guys are gonna strike gold with them, don't mean nothing. All
Can't go wrong. Good bloodlines.
Yeah, we'll see. Not every bloodline is good.
Genes.
I was just about to say.
All right. Well, let's see what we got here.
Hey, it's all good, Anthony Price. You good to go, bro? We here.
That's okay, man. That's all right. We're here around. Hey, I appreciate everybody downloading and watching the 2.5-hour special of quarterback rankings that we did for the AFC and NFC for in the mic. We're gonna finish that series probably sometime when Vacation Man over here gets away from Coachella. I think he's waiting for the concert to go on right now. So what he's gonna do is send the raft while he listens to the latest rave techno house music, whatever that they do out there.
When does Kanye come on?
Man, I don't want no Kanye.
Are they doing the Biggie hologram this year? Are they doing that?
Man,
now?
get a brother some Luther Vandross.
See that? You see that right there? Wait till I get an actual bar up in that thing. I'm gonna show y'all that. Biggie all day, every day in this household.
Go. So, all right. So we're talking some NBA here, and man, we went off stage. It was back and forth. We had all this stuff, and then what do we find out right before we go on the show? Kyrie Irving opts in. He opts in. He had till Wednesday to opt in. He opted in. $36.5 million. He's gonna sign. You know, all this talk about going to the Lakers, going to wherever else, and teaming up. I think it was all talk. I really don't think the Lakers had anything to give him to trade. They said it. The Nets didn't really like any of the trade values, the trade picks, packages. I mean, he would have had to decline that and pick up a $6 million mid-level exception. So basically, throw away $30 million off the table. Now, can he still get traded? He could, but I highly doubt it. So now that big star's pretty much we said he's going to come home, we all think what now will James Harden do? Actually, you know what? We'll go back real quick. What do you guys think about Kyrie Irving, and how do you think? We all know what Two Wallace thinks, but let's get Romero or Big Boy's opinion first. I mean, Kyrie.
Part of me would have loved to have seen him reunite with LeBron. I mean, they did some great things. I mean, they let's not forget they came back on one of the greatest teams ever assembled, the Warriors of 2016. They were down 3-1, and they did the impossible So I would have. Part of me would have liked to have seen that, but on the other end of it, Kyrie has had a lot of off the court distractions. I mean, the guy believes the earth is flat. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not sure if we need that headache on our roster. We already got enough problems to deal with. And I mean, he didn't suit up for how many games last season? I mean, maybe 1/3 of the Brooklyn's games. So you really can't rely on him at this point of his career, man. He's a head case. So yeah, I'm you know what? I think we're better off just looking at other options at this point.
I would have to agree with you on that. I can't imagine why the Lakers would even want Kyrie Irving. Think about it. He left LeBron James when LeBron James was making a killing, all because he had an ego. He wanted to go to the team to make another team his, and he went to Boston, and it failed spectacularly. They are way better without him than with him. Then he goes and plays with the Nets. He don't even play for half of the games. Who would want that on their team? It's not like he didn't play because he was injured. He played simply because he didn't want to. I need somebody who's dedicated to the game. And last I checked, I think he had a statement when he said that basketball is not his top priority. Basketball is not his top priority. I need somebody who is about basketball 1, 2, and 3. We want to get games in. I need you to be available to play. And for him to go back with LeBron, I can't see it happen because once again, he left because of his ego. His ego only gotten bigger. It's not like he humbled himself in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So, even me as a Knicks fan, I don't want Kyrie. Because Kyrie going to come, just tear up the team and be like, I got my money and leave. That's how I feel about all that. You good up there?
You okay over there, Joey?
Joey over there need oxygen. You need oxygen?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
So
I'll put it on mute because it makes a lot of noise when you blow in. I don't want to, interrupt what y'all saying because I definitely agree with Big Boy. But I have a feeling if there's anybody who would make the mistake of getting Kyrie Irving, it would be the New York Knicks. After Kyrie publicly dissed them, what was it, 3 years ago when he signed with Brooklyn instead of New York? And the LA Lakers, you know what? I was arguing with Big Chief. We weren't trying to argue. It just ended up in an argument about Kyrie ended up in LA. I mean, as a hater of Kyrie Irving, that's the greatest place I would love to see him go just to mess up the Lakers some more. I mean, they got enough problems as my man, the Time Lord said. So y'all want another headache? And the simple fact that LeBron didn't even come out and say, no, we're not entertaining it, means that probably his partner said something and he didn't disagree with it. So go ahead, LeBron, keep being LA toxic all you want to. I'm going to keep blowing up the book.
He blows up the wrath. Kyrie Irving played 29 games last year. He missed 35. So he actually missed more than he played. So he missed more than half the season. So we'll see what happens. So I got a comment right here from Anthony Price. It says money is important. He loses his Nike deal if he leaves. Or KD finally stepped up to the front office and said, what are you doing? Because now I heard KD was like, well, what do I leave? Maybe I'll leave. Even though they're trying to say, hey, you got Ben Simmons, and maybe we can find somebody and try it. Would have been, I don't know if that would have worked. But now that Kyrie opted in, the other guy that has till Wednesday, what will James Harden do now? This is like we are he's steering the boat because if you listen to this on the podcast, Joey Tuwalt is steering the raft away from these two topics because these are like his worst two favorite players that he hates talking about, and we're leading off talking about his worst two players. So what will James Harden do come Wednesday? Is he opting in? to his contract, and I believe James Harden can do a $47.4 million contract to opt in.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Nobody is going to give him that amount of money except for Philly. So he needs to stay exactly where he's at.
Big boy?
Who wants James Harden on the team?
I don't.
Knicks.
Not at this point in his career.
The Knicks rather get Brunson than get James Harden. I don't see that guy going anywhere. Granted, he didn't do what he came to do last year, but he did stumble. He did stumble out the gates at Philly. He never really got into it all the way. Let's give him a full season over there. Let him get to the playoffs and let him fall flat again. Be cool with that.
Well, when did James Harden get there?
Mid-season.
Mid-season, so he had half a season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was really good during the regular season, as me and the Time Lord talked about, and really horrible in the postseason, as he
Per usual.
always is.
Per usual. Yeah.
I wonder if does the Philadelphia 76ers has enough cap space to get like another like mid-tier player. That's it. They against the wall. I was about to say they could get one more decent piece that can probably make a little bit more noise.
No, I understand what you mean, but that's kind of why he has to opt in. Nobody wants – look, if Kyrie Irving blasts you in front of all of the NBA saying you're too old and washed up, Kyrie Irving has no room to talk, and he blasts you. Like, that's terrible. And on a side note, I don't hate talking about Kyrie Irving and James Harden. It's just that when James Harden opens his mouth, I laugh. And then when people pick up for him, I laugh. Like when Paul Pierce and James Harden said they have a better career than Dwayne Wade, I want to laugh. Every time Kyrie Irving opens his mouth, I'm like, this is sad. So I got one I laugh, one I'm sad.
Ooh. Well,
So James Harden played like 29 games with the Sixers, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're pretty much even, right? So I would think if you have to look back at who got the better of this deal, we still can't figure that out yet, right? It's still too early. At least one more year.
Yeah, both guys have seen their best days.
mm-hmm.
You know, both guys are, they're at the point in their career where they're on the decline. So,
Well, I feel like Kyrie still got some.
I think Ben Simmons got a whole lot.
Well, it's not Ben Simmons. We're talking about James Harden or Kyrie. And Kyrie.
Oh, James Harden ain't got nothing else. He's officially I can go ahead and be 235 and be a slow point guard.
I think James Harden needs to be a six-man, and he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
He'd be 6 man.
And you know what? And Ben Simmons has an upside. You know, he's young, so he can still turn it around. You know, as to James Harden and Kyrie, we've already, like I said, we've seen the best of them. So I much rather take a chance on Ben Simmons because he has a lot of time to turn things around. So,
Man, could you imagine Ben Simmons in purple and gold?
it's a long-term investment. I would love to see him in the Laker uniform. Absolutely.
Man, so would I.
Big guy that can handle the ball. I would love to see that.
So Anthony said it's so harder to move Harden or Westbrook. Speaking of Russell Westbrook, do you think he picks up his $47 million option?
He ain't going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Now,
Ooh, opt in.
So if you opt in, do they trade? Okay, you opt in. I'm gonna trade you now.
Yep.
Won't pick it.
Who's gonna
Yeah,
take it?
the problem with these guys is they're making so much money that other teams really don't want to take those contracts, and I don't blame other teams because you don't know what you're getting with these guys. I mean, with Westbrook, you know what you're getting.
Bingo.
But the other two guys, you just don't know. I mean, Westbrook's going to be Westbrook. He's going to get you a triple-double, and you're probably going to take an L. And he's happy with that. So that's who Westbrook is. Like I said, he's the only guy that has single-handedly devalued the triple-double.
The only team that I think that would take him can't take him, and that's the Thunder. The Thunder's where his stomping grounds is at. Because they can't take him because of the contract. Because they let James Harden go when they had all three of them for $5 million. Now you're talking about you're going to take $47 million? I think there'll be riots across the city. But that's the only team that I think that would take him because of all the love he had over there. He experienced the good life over there. People supported the life out of him over there. And as far as I'm concerned, they got cap room. They ain't paying nobody over there. Ain't no names over there. But they can't pay him because then they be like, what happened? What happened when we had all three of them? And we just needed $5 million to pay to keep it going. They could have been.
What might have been?
They could have been the Warriors before the Warriors were the Warriors.
Yeah. But hey, now they have now OKC has the Thin Towers, as they're calling them. The Thin Towers with Chet Holmgren. But just imagine if OKC had kept those three guys, Harden, Russell. I mean,
Ibaka.
Ibaka was part of that team. Yeah, just imagine it had they kept that nucleus. I mean,
and then remember Reggie Jackson jumped on that last year that they were in the finals, so they had all four of them. Courtesy of Mr. Clipper over here.
Great young squad. I mean, but they, for whatever reason, they broke that team up.
Now, could you do a 2-for-1 with Russell Westbrook and let's say I'll throw in Malik Monk for Kyrie Irving?
No, because Kyrie Irving's contract is less than Russell Westbrook.
So what if you do Kyrie and Blake Griffin for Russell Westbrook?
Honestly, I think
I might think about that. Yeah, I might consider that.
I mean, I think they would definitely consider it. I just don't think that Kevin Durant would consider it at this point.
Okay, so let's just say this. Well, now leads me to my next question before I get into some of these other guys that thinking what role they go as far as unrestricted free agents, and then I got a list of arena.com prediction of what teams are going to go. So let's just say that Kyrie Irving opted out. What would Kevin Durant do? What would he stay? Would he force a trade? What would be the best thing for him to do?
Come on.
I think he'd probably leave because the whole idea of going to Brooklyn was to join those guys, and if those guys aren't going to be there, then I mean, I'm hearing that Seattle might get a franchise soon, so he could always start end up where he started. I mean, He was drafted by Seattle when they had a franchise, so that would be kind of cool, kind of cyclical, have the prodigal son return and end his career there. But we'll see.
Hey, look, real quick. As long as that it's not Steve Ballmer taking that team to Seattle, I'm good with it. All right.
Hey, you never know.
You don't want Steve Ballmer taking the Clippers to Seattle?
We got the Intuit Dome coming up. We're gonna be out of that Staples Center, crypto.com.
You got your arena. You got your arena opening soon.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah,
so you're telling me now that you're moving into your own arena, you want Kevin Durant instead of the club? Like the Claw?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't want. He said if KD goes to Seattle, to the Supersonics, as long as Steve Ballmer is not taking the Clippers to Seattle, where he's from, and moving them over there.
Steve Ballmer definitely has the financial capital.
He said he's not taking the team to Seattle, and I'm holding him to it.
Okay. All right. Well, what if Ballmer buys one of the teams in the Big Three and put Kevin Durant on there?
All right. Well, what about this one right here? KD takes less money and joins the Warriors.
No. Kevin Durant is too selfish to take less money.
Draymond's not having that. You can't go back to the Warriors after what happened.
Yeah.
No.
How about Mr. Warrior? You don't want KD back?
No.
They don't need
I don't
him.
want him in Miami, and I don't want him in Golden State.
They don't need him.
I don't even want him in California. How about that?
All right.
Let him stay over there in New York and play in the Bronx.
Not even in Coachella? Not even in Coachella?
Not even in Coachella.
Stay away from Coachella?
Stay away from me.
All right,
I'm not like them soft. I'm not like them soft for the internet key warriors. If Kevin Durant wants some, I want it on camera so everybody can see. I don't want to do all the Kevin Durant. You want some? I'm gonna tell you how I feel about you, but I'm gonna tell you to your face. I don't care. I care, but that's the point. I care.
Hold on, what am I talking about? Kevin Durant's gonna join us real quick. Come
on. Let Kevin Durant jump on Sports Daddy TV in my hood. Come on, Kevin Durant. Come on.
Right. So let's play this game real quick. The first guy.
Real quick.
Okay.
Congratulations to the Time Lord. Kendrick Nunn opted in.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Championship guaranteed.
All right.
He's going to sit on that bench for the whole damn season and do nothing.
All right. So I'm going to give you the player, and I want you guys thinking, what team do you think that the new arena.com has said? Okay. Blake Griffin.
Still working on that jump shot?
What team would he be going on to? What team would he sign?
Back to the Clippers.
You got one Clipper.
Back to where he started.
Big boy.
Big boy.
I think he stays where he's at.
Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
With the rumors going on with Jamie Collins, I'm going to say the Atlanta Falcons and the Shocker.
So no one got it right. It says Griffin signs a 1-year minimum deal with the LA Lakers. That's their prediction. That's their prediction. These are just predictions, okay?
No. I got you. That's what I said. We'll see.
But he can't jump over cars anymore, man. What do we need him for?
Next is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony next. This is why I wanted Mike on here. Carmelo Anthony.
Man, Mike would he would take over the show with this topic. You won't get him to shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope he stays with the Lakers. He really contributed coming off the bench. He accepted that role finally. I would love for him to come off the bench and provide offense.
Stay at the Lakers. All right, what do you got, big boy?
I'm gonna move him to the Clippers.
Okay.
Just to be that guy.
Just to be that one. 2 wallets.
Why you want to help them, big boy?
I'm gonna make it 3 for 3 on the state of California. I believe Mike Brown gives him a call and says, I need a little bit of veteran leadership for these group of guys over here. Sabonis, Melo, Fox. Playoff.
I can see that.
You guys are all wrong. They said he signs a 1-year minimum deal with the Brooklyn Nets.
Ew.
Going to the Nets.
Wow. He can't
rebound
rebound or play defense.
Hey.
Anthony was born in Brooklyn. It could provide some firepower for the Nets. That's exactly what they're saying here.
And whatever Lala wants, Lala gets.
If she wants to go back to New York, she's going back to New York.
I thought she wanted to stay in La La Land, but I guess not.
No, so is it true? Like, is she really that bomb? Because I heard she was great on one show. Like, and apparently, I mean,
smells like Cheerios, according to Kevin Garnett.
So
Cheerios.
I think she was on Power.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking. Everybody talked about her on Power, and apparently she was in her birthday suit.
Yep.
And they said as beautiful she is, like nothing droops from what I hear. Okay, just dumb question about Carmelo Anthony. He cheated on her? This is a sports question.
I don't know.
No, but hey, she's like an 80s R&B song. She's fine.
All right.
And she's actually a good actress.
Yes, she is. So I got another one. Here we go. Tyrus Jones.
Like the point guard.
The point guard from Memphis. Where would he go?
You guess as good as mine.
We need him in New York.
He's staying.
We need him on the Knicks.
He's staying. I got one stays.
I need the Knicks to get a point guard so bad.
One says Nick.
The Knicks will take anybody. Knicks will take anybody.
Yeah, your turn. I got one.
I'm going to say the Denver Nuggets because we don't know if Jamal Murray is back to 100%.
All right, they got Detroit Pistons.
They just got didn't they just get Kemba Walker?
They said Jones will sign a three-year $30 million with the Pistons. This is what the prediction is.
That's actually a good signing.
So, all right. Next, we have Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, that's easy.
Play for Atlanta?
Dennis Schroeder right now, they have him with Houston.
Yeah.
But
hot garbage.
But that's where he's at. Well, whoever will they play him? Where do you think? Where's he going? Back to the Lakers?
No, thank you. We're good. Man, I am so glad he did not take our offer because we would have overpaid for him. I'm glad.
And he'd still be there.
Stay away from purple and gold, please. Thank you. Go anywhere else.
All right. Anywhere else?
I'm going to shock all of you. He ends up signing a 1 year plus a 1 year option in San Antonio.
Okay. Big boy, what you thinking?
He's got Knicks written all over him. The Knicks are going to overpay for him. I can see it already.
No, we clearing cap room. We ain't trying to spend it all right now.
So they said signs a 1 year, $6 million with the Phoenix Suns.
What? With
Cameron? Back up CP3?
That means old boy is going to get paid then, and we're going to have to talk about that here in a second.
Wow.
Cameron Payne, look, if Schroeder goes to Phoenix, Cameron Payne's getting paid by somebody who needs a point guard, and please tell me Cameron Payne's on that list, Big Chief.
I don't know yet. Next one is Joe Ingles.
Ooh, Joe Ingles, shooting small forward out of Utah.
You know what, man? I like him.
Yes.
He's slow, but he's
unexpectedly good.
He can shoot. He's very unorthodox.
Plays defense.
You know, you look at him and you're like, I don't think this guy can play in the NBA, but he somehow he gets buckets. I would love to have a guy like Joe Ingles on the Lakers.
Okay. What about Big Boy?
Yeah.
Next again?
Man, pretty much any team that wants a 3-point specialist that has good D wants him. He can pretty much sign wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
How's that? Wherever he wants to go.
I have another shocker here. 2 years, $16 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
We'll take him.
He'll play with LeBron.
We'll take him.
He signed a 4-year, $52 million deal with Utah back in 2017. They say he signs a minimum deal and stays at home with the Utah Jazz.
Not without his coach. Nope. I'll call him up on that one. He ain't saying was Utah without his coach.
All right. The next one. Otto Porter Jr.
Mr. Wilt Chamberlain himself.
Hey, the illegitimate child of Wilt the Still. You know what, man? He has a lot of upside. That guy, very athletic. I would love to have Otto Porter on the Lakers as well. The guy, he can do a lot of things for you, so I would not mind having him on the roster.
I'm going to say he's going to go to the Magic. He's going to the Magic.
Out of left field, if I'm not mistaken, Bobby is done with his contract. So if Bobby is out, you bring Otto Porter as another shooter and rebounder out there in Milwaukee.
Said possibly the
contract is a
Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, he's staying with the champs. I don't blame him.
I got another Warrior. Gary Payton II. Where's he going?
They can't afford to support these people.
Every team needs a defensive specialist. You know, the glove 2.0. I mean, I wouldn't overpay for him, but I would love, if you could get him at a cheap deal, I would love to have his defensive skills on my roster for sure. He'll lock you down. He learned from Pop, so he knows what he's doing out there on the defensive side.
I would low-key like to see him in Toronto.
What's that?
I like to see
Toronto. He said Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Ooh, okay. All right. North of the border.
All right.
We'll get taxed 50%, though. I don't know.
I guess I'm gonna have to let the cat out the bag on this one. After the trade that is going to happen in Miami offers him the same deal that PJ Tucker just had as a defense specialist with the guards. So Gary Payton II goes back home to Miami again to play with the Miami Heat.
Hey, Pat Riley loves guys like that. I could see that. I could see
2 year, but it's a 1+1, which gives him the option for the second year, whether if he wants to buy back it or not. But he's definitely signed on 1 year for $10 million.
They say Payne 2 signed a 3-year, $18 million with the Golden State Warriors.
He's staying.
Oh, so so he stays in Golden State when Miami offered him more. Is that what you're telling me?
He got it that third year. Miami offered him 1 and 1. He's getting 3 years.
Yeah, but the option is
stay home in the Bay.
All right. So there's like 30 free agency. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Let me see if I can find one that's
Let's talk about Jalen Brunson. I've been waiting for the Jalen Brunson.
Okay, so I have Jalen Brunson here, but I don't have him on my list. So let's talk about Jalen Brunson. I actually have a thing, okay? 3 guys. Where do we see them going? Zach LaVine, Jalen Brunson, and DeAndre Ayton. All 3 of those guys.
I would love to see all of them in purple and gold. Every single one of those guys.
Send them to the Knicks.
The Knicks need help.
Can the Knicks sign all 3?
I know we can get Brunson. We got his dad. We can get the son.
I don't know if Dolan can make that happen.
No, Dolan needs to not talk. Dolan needs to see somebody else. Anybody can talk except for him. He need to stay in the office.
He's got to shell out the big bucks for those guys.
All he has to do is put his signature on. That's all he got to do. But
Nick's got to do something.
If we can get a Brunson and an Ayton, oh gosh, we're working with something now.
Yeah, I can see Brunson in New York. I could see that.
But as for LaVine, I don't know where to put that man, to be honest with you.
Hey, he's a UCLA guy. Come on home.
Yeah, how did that work out for your last UCLA guy? You told him to come back home.
It doesn't always work out, but I think LaVine's different though.
I don't know, Joey. How about the Heat? Y'all need one little spark of offense on that team. Yeah,
not no Brunson. Heck no.
I said LaVine.
No, unfortunately, as much as I like Zach LaVine is going to sign a max deal in Toronto to pair him up with, you already know who. So
Toronto.
Yeah.
All right. So
who are your sources, Joey? Who are your sources?
I have DeAndre Ayton here.
Hold on, I didn't take my DeAndre Ayton guess yet.
No. I have DeAndre. So I was looking at the 3 we named. I was going until I could find one. So I found DeAndre. I didn't find the other 2. I'll keep looking. But DeAndre Ayton is one of them that I have here. Here we go. It seems like what it says. Seems like the Lakers will take anybody. Well, they will. They will.
Right.
Hey, that's what the offseason's for.
They buy championships. They bought all of them.
Hey, it works. The formula works. You should try it sometime.
We did, and look how well it got us. Second round knockout again.
Can't always buy a championship. It
So
helps.
DeAndre Ayton, where do you think they have him going?
Phoenix really has taken him for granted. I think he's done in Phoenix, man. They went away from him in the playoffs. They were not getting him the ball at all. And I think the guy is a potential all-star. If you feed him the ball, like I said, man, he needs to go to a team that's going to appreciate him and actually draw up some plays for him, because really he's just getting his buckets off rebounds. So just imagine if you actually draw up plays for him, and he's your focal point. I know that the league is not necessarily a center based league right now. Big men are kind of taken for granted. But hey, man, a guy like that, I want him on my team. I'll take him. If nobody else wants him, if Phoenix doesn't want to appreciate him, hey, we'll appreciate him in the purple and gold.
Can you afford him?
That's the question. That is the question. Financially, I don't see it happening because of the Westbrook contract. But if they could work some kind of sign and trade, anything's possible.
Big boy?
I would love to see him in a Knicks uniform.
All right, look, new rule.
You want to see him in a Knicks uniform?
New rule.
No, I ain't had a center since Patrick Ewing. Come on, man.
You
I've
noticed
been
that.
saying for the longest time, we need a big. We don't got any. I would love to see a big do some work up in there, do some damage over there. Ain't too many bigs in the East.
Eight's big enough.
Dominate.
What about you?
Dominate over there. You get him a playmaker that can get the ball, get the play set up for him, initiate it, let him do his thing.
Big boy, if you get Brunson and Ayton and they run that pick and roll alley-oop, they'll be unstoppable.
Give me some tickets to fly up there.
Let me jump in here on that Knicks train. 2022 max cap was 120. After the Kemba Walker trade, they jumped to 120. So they just jumped under the cap. They can get one, not both, and they're high up on Brunson, which I don't get. But if we're talking about Ayton, that completes the trio in San Antonio with Murray.
You don't like Brunson, Joey? He's the floor general, man.
He's a floor general. Hello, separate him from Jason Kidd and watch what happens.
So Ayton signs a four-year max deal, $130 million with the Atlanta Hawks.
I only have one thing to say about that. In order for that to work, Clint Capella was traded where?
Damn.
Because they're both not going to sit there and play the same position. So that in order for that to work, that means they traded Clint Capella.
Sign and trade.
And Capella.
So Clint Capella goes back with CP3. That could work.
Yeah, sign and trade. They're saying it's a sign and trade, and so you get a max deal. Hawks get a second star, and the Suns get a playable a player capable in helping them to the final one, such as John Collins. They said. So Zach LaVine, I have it here. Where do you think they have him going?
Lakers.
New rule. You cannot say your own team 18 times for everybody.
Hey, man, wishful thinking. I got to, what were they
saying? The problem is
into existence.
They actually have the Lakers as one of the guys, but it's not the full thing. It's on here, but it's not the Lakers. What do you think he says?
The Toronto Raptors with Pascal Siakam.
Big boy, what do you think? Concur? All right. He said 5-year, $212 million max deal and stays with the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls
would be stupid to let him go.
He also said the Spurs, Blazers, Hawks, and even the Lakers are interested.
Who wouldn't be?
But again,
give up 80 for him. Go ahead, Lakers. Give up 80 for him.
Give up LeBron.
Nobody wants LeBron.
Send him anywhere. Keep AD and send LeBron out.
You leave the Wash King alone, Joey.
Hey, nobody wants the Wash King and nobody wants Kyrie Irving. That's why they want to play together.
Tell you speaking, AD is worth more than LeBron right now. So
yeah, he is.
So can you see this working out? KD comes home and joins Bradley Beal.
Home where?
Goes home to Washington.
Washington? The problem is Beal's not staying there.
Beal ain't staying there.
Really? Because according to this says Bill signs a 5-year, $235 max deal with the Washington Wizards.
Poor Bradley Beal.
I would put money on that.
Yeah.
I'll put $7 that he don't sign. $7 that he does not stay in Washington this time.
Nah. Bill.
And that's it. The last. So Brunson wasn't on the list. The last two were Kyrie and James Harden, which we already talked about. So, all right. So, any more NBA news before NBA you want to talk about? You want to talk about a little bit about the draft? Are you guys happy with what you guys got? Before we get into some other little things.
Yeah, I think Orlando made the right pick, man. Paulo Banchero, or as I pronounce it, Banchero, is the best player in the draft, coming from a great program in Duke. You can't go wrong with him. I thought he was the most NBA ready guy in the top 5. So I think Orlando made the right choice. Yeah.
The Miami Heat also made the right choice. I'm happy with our pick. We got a 6'10", 6'11" guy who can shoot, get on a dribble and rebound, and play a little bit perimeter D.
You got a Jokic from Serbia. Nicolas Jokic.
Yeah, he keeps saying that people call him the Joker because their names are so similar.
Joker number 2.
He's gonna have some high expectations with that name.
So if Joker is Jack Nicholson, is this Heath Ledger?
No, this is the skinny
I guess
Joker.
we'll find out.
I guess
we'll find out.
Is this Heath Ledger or is this the dude? Is this
the
Joker from?
My boy ain't gonna kill himself. Nah,
he might be watching Phoenix.
Is this? No, I'm thinking it's the dude from the TV show Gotham. That Joker. No.
Wow.
Dollar store. Hey, dollar store Joker.
Dollar store general. They called you.
I'm gonna just pretend like my phone froze. Just
hey, look. As far as Musa diabetes debate from France. I mean, he's a great man. I saw him in Michigan. I saw him in the tournament. He looked pretty decent. I mean, I don't know if he'll make the team, but
he's the first pick. He's gonna make the team.
No, he was their only pick. They only had one pick.
Sometimes that's all you get.
They only have. They have one pick, and they probably won't have another pick till like 2030.
Yeah, well, they keep making all these crazy trades.
So let's hope he pans out for you.
And then we're gonna get to the New York Knicks. How in the blue heck have you could have all these picks and not improve?
Okay.
I'm
not mad. All I'm saying is I'm not mad at what they did because I found out the details. So go ahead, big boy.
I understand why they did it, but I actually did like Jalen. I actually did like him a little bit. But in order to get to where we got to get, we're going to just keep our head down, clear the books off for the next 2 to 3 years, and then cash in on these picks later.
Because you had 5 picks this year, didn't you?
Yeah, 2.
Huh? No, they had like a.
We acquired a lot. We acquired a lot of picks.
Yes, you acquired a lot of picks, but you guys didn't
acquire.
Yes, you acquired 5, but you had 2.
And they drafted some guy whose name I can't pronounce.
Trevor Niels.
Oh, no.
No, not that one. I know what we're talking about. Not that one.
Oh, wait, no.
Usman. Usman, right?
Usmani Dang.
Yeah.
Usmani Dang. They traded him to Oklahoma.
Hey, that's Luol Deng's second cousin once removed, y'all.
Hey, man, I'm so glad he's off the books for us.
Oh, glad he came off?
It took you guys 3 years to get rid of him.
Finally.
Hey, for a minute, I thought he was going to be the Bobby Bonilla of the NBA.
Hey, man, that contract haunted us for so many years.
They call you the New York Mets of the NBA, bro.
Man, imagine if the Lakers would have lost that. He would have been a Knick for all the years. The one guy that the Knicks probably would have gotten if they would have pushed out, but they're like, you know what? This is too much even for us. Yeah. But the Lakers were like, nope, not us.
One of the worst signings we've made.
What I'm looking at right now, though, is I'm really shocked. I'm thinking Peyton Watson from UCLA is going to do pretty good things in Denver. He got traded from Oklahoma City to Denver in that draft. So I've seen him. I think he came out one. I think he might have came out. He came out 1 year too early, but it's okay. I think he went to a good team in Denver.
What do you guys think about Chet Holmgren, the thin tower, the Slim Reaper?
He went 2, and he went from he's from an overrated school in Gonzaga. So I mean,
overrated
school in Gonzaga.
Man, that's a true UCLA fan right there saying that.
Overrated.
I mean, I just feel like they get a lot of media attention. I don't want to say overrated.
Okay, if we're gonna make this personal, then let's ask the question: why are you happy about this draft pick, but you weren't happy about Lonzo Ball coming out?
Because I think Lonzo Ball still needed more seasoning.
Okay, but why couldn't the Lakers be patient? Because I bet right now they would want him.
He has the seasoning now. At the time when he came out, he wasn't seasoned. Just like this guy here. This guy here, the guy Peyton Watson is not ready. He just went to a good team that will get him ready because he ain't gonna start. He went to Denver.
We had this argument 4 years ago. You were nowhere near high on Lonzo Ball, and I think it was mostly because of the reason nobody liked his father. But I told you, I said I wanted him in Miami. I would trade Kyle Lowry for Lonzo Ball right now, straight up.
I will take Lonzo Ball right now in Clippers land.
Why?
Just because the seasoning.
No rule.
Hey, Danny, you can have Lonzo Ball. We'll take LaMelo.
Keep your same energy. No rule.
I get your same energy. All right. So, real quick, let's get into it. Congratulations to
Kendrick
Two Wallace's Colorado Avalanche. The big team, my second Tampa Bay Lightning, and the
Bolts let us down, man.
Bolt let us down. Bolt
had some money on them.
Bolt suckered me in, which suckered you in, because I originally had the Avs winning against the Hurricanes, but when I saw the way the Bolts came back against the Rangers, I was like, oh, they got it fixed. But man, the Avs are just way too fast.
What?
And
you should have told me that when I asked you, Danny.
Because when you asked me, I was like
from the sports book, and I'm like, hey, Danny, you're our hockey guy. You're a resident hockey guy. Who should I put money on? Oh, Bolts, bro. Bolts all the way.
Time out. Now, in Big Chief's defense, new rules, keep that same energy. He picked the Colorado Avalanche to win the finals. He talked about how, what was it? The people who win first place, Big Chief, what are they called?
The team that wins has the best record in the NHL does not even win the Stanley Cup. Yes.
And then he specified on top of that, said, normally the hottest team rolling into NHL playoffs, which has been key, and we've all seen. We've seen the Kings do it. We've seen the Lightning do it. We've seen the Detroit Red Wings do it for nearly a decade. The hot team gets the cup.
That's information I could have used when I was at the sports book placing my bet.
So the hot team was the Lightning. The Lightning just came back from a 2-0 deficit against the Rangers. So I was thinking, and
then an avalanche fell on top of them.
The Avalanche
big boy. In Big Chief's defense, and you can answer this: who had the hot goalie running into the finals?
The Bolts.
The Bolts. So,
so bad.
So the Avs now tied for 11th with 3 Stanley Cups in franchise history with the New Jersey Devils and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Number 1 is the Montreal Canadiens with 23. Toronto has 13. Detroit has 11. The Bruins and the Blackhawks each have 6. The Edmonton Oilers and the Penguins each have 5. The New York Rangers and the New York Islanders have 4. And the Kings Flyers have 2. So but I mean, it was an interesting Stanley Cup. I liked it. I was hoping for a Game 7. That's one of the reasons why I was kind of glad we didn't go on last night on Sunday, because I was like, man, it's just in case it goes to game 7 or if it finishes, I didn't want to be like, oh, great. Because we, like I said, but let's go. Where do you see this? Because now this is the Lightning are a dynasty. Because now you got to figure if you win at least 2 back to back, you're a dynasty now, right? Because nobody's won 3 since the '80s. So in hockey, it's if you win back to back, you're a dynasty, right?
I'll go with
Right. Yeah.
I'll go with
They won what 3 out of 3 Stanley Cups in 5 years. So
That's a dynasty.
That's a dynasty. Okay,
That's pretty impressive.
So I mean, the Avalanche have won 1. They won in 96, 01, and now 2022. So I think though, this Avs team, if I had to say, Romero, would go back and put the Avs down as a repeat because I think they win next year. They're that good. They're that young and they're that good.
They're fast.
And their coach is young. And I saw this thing on SportsCenter earlier where they were dead last, and they were like, this is a new coach, and the guy, stuck with them. So, but speaking of that, I got a question for you guys. We'll go back to basketball for a minute. Where do we rank this Golden State Warrior team when it comes? They've won 4 championships in 6 years.
I mean, you know what? This is probably their most least talented team. If you look back at, when they had KD on that roster. But I mean, I think this is probably their most impressive championship, to be honest with you, because of how they won it. And, this is really the original core of the Warriors, Klay Thompson and Draymond, and then the addition of Poole stepping up, and then having a bunch of role players like GP.
They all wet.
Yeah, guys like that coming off the bench, really helping. It's the most. I think it's the most impressive championship because I mean, not many people had them ever winning another championship again after KD left, and then the Klay Thompson injury. Mm-hmm. So you got to give them credit, man. They somehow found a way to bounce back and prove that they in fact did not need KD to win a championship. They did it before him, and now they did it after him. So yeah.
Okay. So in the 80s, Boston won 3 in 6 years. The Lakers in the 80s won 5 in 8 years. The Pistons won 2 in the late 80s, early 90s. The Bulls won obviously 6 in 8 years. The 2000 Lakers won 5 in 10 years. So is the Warriors now the second best team as far as dynasties go, behind the Bulls?
The 2000 Lakers are by far even better.
When I say the 2000 Lakers, I'm talking about the 5 championships they got.
I like the old 102 Lakers.
From the first one they won in 2000 to the very last one that Kobe Bryant won with Paul Gasol.
Right, because we had a three-peat.
Yeah, then you won 2 in a row.
Let's not forget. And I know the Bulls got a three-peat also. But yeah, I mean, definitely the Bulls and the Lakers, I think, are, on par.
Because Bulls to me are 1.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. 1A, 1B. How's that?
Huh?
I'll concede that. 1A, 1B.
Wow, did he concede to not concede? Okay.
No, I'm saying, look, I mean, those Bulls teams are obviously, special. No one's going to dispute that. But what I'm saying is the Lakers are right on their heels.
Anthony got ranked them 3rd and got Boston and Spurs right over him.
You know what? Can I don't want to change the question, but as far as ranking, I'm going to put them, and the only reason why I bring it up is because I think it would be a great match to see. I want to see, because it kind of runs down what I'm doing in my notes. Isaiah Thomas versus Steph Curry, Joe Dumars versus Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green versus Dennis Rodman, and then Bill Laimbeer versus
Lune.
Yeah, okay. Look, me and Big Boy did not talk, but that's what I like. Can you imagine that 7-game series? Like, now I put me personally, Bulls, Lakers, Spurs, and then everybody else trickles down from there. But as far as this one, that adds to their dynasty, I put them and the Pistons. If they get another one within 2 or 3 years, it lofts over them and it lofts over Boston for me. But man, I would love to see that matchup. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's on a video game. Like, I just want to see that matchup. Like, those 5 versus that 5. I don't even need Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant, man, dude, the Slim Reaper, okay, be the Slim Reaper by yourself in Boston. I want team basketball, not ISO play. Okay, ISO play, just like James Harden, you told him how to play basketball. He's not getting no ring either. So him and they do, he can do what he do. I like to see real team basketball versus that physical nature in Detroit. Mm-hmm. I understand that the early Bulls had an issue, but guess what? The early Bulls was playing ISO ball, not team ball. They didn't know how to pass. They didn't know how to run like that. I don't believe in all of my heart that Isaiah Thomas can run around and stay with Steph. But I know Joe Dumars, he will stay all up in Klay Thompson's grill all night long. And Draymond Green, dude, there's going to be 3 fights in that series. Draymond Green is going to serve him up one. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see an elbow come from. Somebody's going to get a good one. And whoever gets knocked out, I'm sorry. That's where I put him. I put him maybe slightly above Detroit.
Yeah. Two different eras.
I want to see it.
Two different eras. Obviously, it was a more physical brand of basketball in the 80s and the 90s. So I think it was more impressive to win back-to-back in the 80s or the 90s. If we're being honest, this brand of basketball, I don't want to say the guys are soft, but in comparison to what we saw in the 80s and the 90s, it's a lot easier to repeat now than back in the day when you had the bad boys down your throat.
Can I just add one more thing real quick, and then we can go ahead to wherever you want to go, Big Chief? Just remember, imagine this. Draymond doesn't care. Unleash Klay, and the real Klay we've been seeing. Unleash that. You telling me Klay ain't going to serve somebody? Or you think Klay ain't going to come and give somebody an elbow and get the layup? I'm telling you right now, Klay is all heart.
Okay. I hate to break it to you. I love Steph Curry, but I don't think he would survive the Detroit Pistons.
I don't think Isaiah Thomas would survive Draymond Green.
Come on, man. Draymond Green, the Pistons had Dennis Rodman in his prime.
You really think Draymond Green can stop Dennis Rodman?
Nope. Dennis Rodman's going to pinch him on the butt cheek one time, and Draymond Green's going to go on the rest of the game.
I don't think.
Thank you.
I don't think Draymond Green could even stop the multicolored wearing Chicago Bulls Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Draymond can't hold Dennis Rodman's jock.
Let alone the Detroit Pistons Dennis Rodman.
Okay, I understand why you guys say this, but you also have to remember he's kind of tailored. If you let him loose, like let Draymond loose, and then let Klay out the closet. Like, I'm dead serious. That Klay that ran over that lady and all he did was pick her up, but he looked first like, I don't want to help that hoe. Like, that's Klay Thompson. I'm telling you right now. There's a viciousness in Klay Thompson y'all don't know. And then y'all completely sleep on Looney. They call him, his name is Looney. He's the
I thought it was called Looney.
It's French. Yeah.
It's French.
So, Big Boy, where do you rank this dynasty as far as the Warriors go? Did you give me a ranking?
I got him 5.
5?
Yeah.
You know what Lune stands for in French?
Crazy.
Bench warmer.
Oh, that's me.
Role player. That's what it stands for. Come on now.
Al Horford would get served by Bill Lambert.
All right, real quick, big boy, go ahead, finish with your
Go ahead,
thing.
big boy.
Got him underneath the Lakers, the Celtics, the Bulls, and the Pistons.
Okay. So
big boy, we right
In that
there.
order.
I got the Pistons number 1, Bulls number 2, Lakers 3, Celtics 4.
So I have the Bulls number 1, the Lakers in the 80s number 2, the Boston Celtics number 3. Okay, the Warriors 4, and right underneath them is the Lakers in the 2000s 5. Because it's a bigger gap.
I have Bulls, Lakers, Celtics, Spurs.
Now, what Lakers? What Lakers though?
Warriors.
What Lakers?
To specify, the 2000 Lakers
Over the 80s Lakers.
Kobe and Shaq.
Over
Over the Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let's make a special on HBO.
Norm Nixon, James Worthy. Like
I am the biggest Magic Worthy fan, Kareem fan, but no team was as dominant as the 2000 Lakers. I'm sorry. They lost one game in the playoff. They lost one game. Entire playoffs.
Hold on.
And that was
I know, hold on.
That was
I know why you said that.
Finals, game 1.
I know. No. I know why you said that. Do you think LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan?
Me? No.
I don't even know why people like to make that comparison.
There you go. There goes your answer. That's why he would say some stuff like that and put Magic under. Like, come on, man.
Listen, LeBron is more Magic than he is Jordan.
All right.
I mean, so that comparison to me, it's. I mean,
I always said
it's irrelevant. But the most dominant team are those 2000 Lakers, Kobe and Shaq in their prime. Are you kidding me?
I always said that Kobe was Jordan, LeBron was Magic, and Steph was Reggie Miller. Those are always.
Except Reggie Miller says that Steph is the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah, that I would agree. Steph is definitely
he's modern Reggie Miller, right? So, all right, let's get into some baseball real quick. And man, oh man, I am so glad that the Freddie Freeman tour is over because it's time for Freddie. Yep. But hear me out though. It is time for Freddie Freeman to close that Brave chapter as much as he doesn't want to. He went to Atlanta. They gave him a great ovation, 3 straight games. The Dodgers win 2 out of 3, which is even better. Okay, and I know he says the Braves are going to have a special moment in your heart and you can't close because you spent 12 years ago. But I agree with the captain. And the captain, Kirsch, said, but we have a great team here too. And it's time for you to be all in. Romero.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Kirsch on that. Hey, you're a Dodger now, man. I mean, Freeman, I understand he wanted to stay in Atlanta. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out for him. But hey, you're in Dodger blue now, so that's great. That's great that you love the city of Atlanta, and I know that you won a championship there. But hey, now you're going to get a championship with the Dodgers, and you're going to create some great memories with the Dodgers. So, I definitely agree with Kershaw on that. He needs to. Forget about Atlanta and just focus on helping the Dodgers win a championship now.
Yeah. After that standing ovation, it's time to play ball.
Yeah.
It was nice what they did for them. It was absolutely spectacular. But now I need you to grab that bat and get a home run out here. You don't have to forget about them, but you do got to move past them.
Yeah.
As we sit right now, the Dodgers are 45-26, 2 games above the Padres. So,
and we've had a lot of injuries. We would have a larger lead if it wasn't for injuries. Mookie's out with bad ribs right now.
Agreed.
And we have a lot of injured pitchers. Also, the pitching situation has been, but I must say this: 2 guys that I did not did not expect to do this great with Anderson and Gonsolin. Both undefeated, still haven't lost a game. Probably our best pitchers in our pitching staff probably will make the All-Star team. Who would have thunk it that our 4 and 5 starters would be our best starters due to injuries?
All right, I guess that means I have to play devil advocate, but since I don't statistically follow baseball like you guys do, I guess I have to do the funny part. Freddie Freeman leaving Atlanta and coming to California. California is known as the biggest melting pot in this country, right? So I can't believe I have to say this. Once you go black, you never go back. When you're in Atlanta, you can't forget about nothing in Atlanta. My sister calls me every day and tells me how black it is in Atlanta. Like, I don't even want to go to Atlanta. It's so black because I'll get lost in that mud.
Joey with the hot take.
Hey,
Joey with the hot take.
Forget about
The
Atlanta.
lemon pepper wings, bruh. Wet.
Call him hot take Joey.
You can't have him forget about Atlanta, but what you need to do is, you know what I'm saying? Get his wife, get him. Y'all need to take him out. Be like, look, this is what California's about. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard of them strip clubs over there.
That's it.
Yeah.
He done went to the Wingstop. Now he over there eating avocados.
He's hanging out.
Look,
With
you
need to get him with the
look.
former
we need to
Clipper.
get him with the like he don't know about the
Wait, you hanging out with Lou Will?
Lou
You
Will.
hanging out with Lou Will?
Hanging out with
he
Lou
don't know
Will.
about this yet.
Okay, Lou hanging out
Yeah.
with Lou
Freddie
Will.
he ain't Freddie Freeman yet. Like, come on, man. He ain't been
Look.
here that long. Give him
I
a
love
minute,
it. I
let him
love it.
adjust. That's all I can say
I'm
about
not
Freddie
saying-
Freeman.
I'm not talking about adjust. Is that okay? It's done. You had that circled on your calendar for a long time when the season came out. Hell, I had that circled on my calendar because I was trying to make that drive up there to go watch it.
No, and you know what? I get that. That's my point. Like going from Atlanta to California, my nephew came out here. My wife is Hispanic. She's Mexican. He swore up and down she was white. There's a different mindset between Atlanta and California. Like there's just something you got to get used to. So when he goes to Atlanta and they're cheering for him, and he was in Atlanta, like
Got his
Freddie,
own arm.
y'all got to
Freddie
give
is
him a
really
minute.
missing-
Just
he's
give him a couple
missing
more months.
Magic City, man. That's what he misses.
Yeah.
Just I get you. Just give him a couple more months. Let him. Like I said, he don't know about the Cali yet. Like just
Okay.
give him a minute. Just give him a
So
minute.
let's get into another.
What was that, Joey? What was that?
Let's get
Let
into
it marinate a little bit. Let it marinate. Just give him a minute.
Yeah. All right. Well, the marinate on this one. Bryce
Love
Harper out indefinitely with the pitch broken thumb on his left thumb, broken out by Blake Snell.
Good.
How? Yeah. Where do you see? How will this affect the Philadelphia Phillies? I mean, they're sitting 8 back from the Mets. I mean,
You know what? I
Their
don't wish
defense is
anybody to get injured, but I can't stand Bryce Harper, man. He is such a douche. So
It's the hair, right? It's the hair.
You know what? Maybe I'm a little envious of the hair, but
Okay. I get it. I get it.
but yeah, I just can't. I can't stand him, man. So, like I said, I don't wish injury upon nobody, but hey, it happens.
It actually helps him get healthier because didn't he have to get a surgery done?
he did.
So I
He
guess
did.
that's a win-win for him when it comes to health-wise because he needed to get that done, which also helps whoever's sitting behind him get some shine time and swinging that bat. And since he had to get that elbow done, he wasn't getting his throw right. The defense might get better to get somebody that got that throw ready to just get that ball to where it needed to go. I feel like there's a lot of implications with his absence from the team. It's going to be something ridiculous. It might be something really good or something really, really bad. I can't wait to see how it's going to roll out on them.
Yeah, right now I think they're on a 2-game winning streak right now, so we'll see what happens. The last baseball thing I wanted to talk about before we get out of here. Did anybody see what happened with yesterday between the Angels and the Mariners?
Hey, the Angels finally showing some fight. Finally showing some damn heart.
Yes.
Even the bullpen came out. That's how you know it's real.
Yes, so the Angels pitcher, I couldn't find his first name, but his last name is Wentz. Okay, now
not Carson, is it?
No.
The way he threw it might have been.
He threw behind the first inning.
Carson.
He threw behind Julio Rodriguez the first inning, and then the second inning he hit Jesse Winkler, and then the benches just went off. Now I think that was retaliation because the night before on Saturday night, Eric Swanson threw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball towards Mike Trout's head in the ninth inning. So when you go head hunting
at Mike Trout,
Mike Trout, one next to Ohtani is like their best two players. It's retaliation. Now I get it.
Future Hall of Famer.
The problem was the umpire gave him one. You get one hit, one throw, and he missed. He missed the guy, threw it behind him. Benches get warned, and then the next inning you plunk him. He gets thrown out, and I guess big old scrum where punches were thrown. 8 guys, 6 players plus the 2 coaches ejected, like a 25-minute delay, but the Angels still won. Now, you guys see have you guys seen it? If you can't, Google.
I saw
it. MLB.
This will definitely bring baseball ratings up. They need to fight more.
Yes, they do.
We need more of this. We need more of this in baseball.
They need to add penalty boxes to baseball. Okay?
Yeah.
My thing is this. Yeah. What you need to do is you need to stop with the bullpen. Bullpen, stay where you're at. Because I guarantee one thing.
No, man, everybody's got to run out there. Everybody's got to run out there.
No, I get what
the ball boy at. He need to get out there too.
I get all that, because if you stopped it though, and you said, okay, it's 1 via 9, I guarantee that batter just walking to first base.
Hey, okay? I tell you, one guy I don't want to fight is Thor, Noah Syndergaard.
I tell you who I don't want to fight as well.
Or Ohtani. Ohtani's a big dude.
I'll tell you also, I don't want to fight Anthony Rendon, because Anthony Rendon threw a punch with his cast on. Now he's out for the season with a broken hand.
Damn.
And he threw a punch with the cast on.
He was ready.
See, that's the dude I would fight. Just because if I see the cast, I'm going after it.
He hit you with the cast. But he hit you with the cast. You probably got knocked out with that.
But see, that's the thing. If I see the cast, I see that dude running me like, oh, I'm going for him. He got a cast. I'm not going for him. As soon as he throw that arm at me, I'm like, oh, give it to me.
Joe, you going to eat them punches? Do it as a cast.
No, that's the thing. Man. He ain't gonna land a punch. If I see the cast, he ain't landing a punch. I'm telling you right now, because I'm going for the cast. Like he gonna throw the punch. I'm ducking. I'm tackling. I'm start stomping on the cast. Like I'll be like WWE.
Nah, Joey's gonna be that guy hiding in the dugout.
No, I won't. Nuh-uh.
No, come out there late after the brawl's over with. Like,
no, man. If my brothers go to war, I'm right there with him.
They just need to start playing some fight music next time when one of them benches clear. That's what
baseball do. Let me add, and I'm pretty sure Big Chief might want to get off this for a minute. But when the fight occurs, I also agree with the Time Lord, because they do need more fighting. The violence of it is not necessary. But when baseball is considered boring, you need people to see that people playing the game care enough to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like having a timeout dugout for baseball, dugout. Like it makes sense because you need that enjoyment factor, and they're trying to speed up the game too. Like, man, come on, let them fight for a minute and 30 seconds, and then referee break it up.
Fighting's always been a part of baseball. There are unwritten rules that if you throw at a guy, especially if you're throwing at a future Hall of Famer like that, you got to protect them. You can't.
I get it. I get it. You have one shot. My thing is dude missed, but it's your one shot. You can't go the next inning and hit the guy. You get one hit. You get one shot. That's your opportunity. Yada yada yada. Right.
And then he hit him on the buttocks, right?
Was that Eminem lyrics?
Yeah, exactly. But yes, you get. He missed, but you can't do the second inning and hit the next guy.
I agree.
Where do we now? Final thing about baseball, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Do we like the fans voting? Do you like voting as a fan? Do you like voting for the All-Star game? Do you think it should be taken away?
I like the fans to vote.
No, that's good. It's a good thing. You gotta let fans vote.
They
you
get
gotta
to
let
see
fans
who
vote
they
on
really
it.
want to be out there.
Okay, so I got a question then. Why is it that a guy that hasn't played all year long is one of the top leading vote getters for his position?
Because people want to see him.
But he's not going to play. He's out for this. He's out for a while.
But then he's going to get subbed anyway by the next number that comes up, so it wouldn't matter. It evens out.
But why
with
vote?
All All-Star games or Pro Bowls, it's a popularity contest.
Do you know who I'm talking about, Romero?
I don't
know. Who is it?
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, really?
Oh,
he's a top vote getter.
He's one of the top vote getters.
Where is he from?
San Diego.
San Diego
but he hasn't
Padres.
played all year.
Oh, so he's a California guy.
Yeah, but he hasn't played all year.
Yeah, so he doesn't deserve to be in the game. But like I said, it's a popularity contest, and unfortunately, that's how these All-Star games are constructed, man. It's a popularity contest.
He's ranked number 5 right now when it comes to shortstops.
Right.
Trey Turner is ranked number 1 as far as the top shortstops in the All-Star vote getting.
As he should.
If I go real quick, Wilson Contreras is the top catcher. Paul Goldschmidt's the top first baseman. Chisholm, which is a great guy. I love this dude.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Top second baseman. Manny Machado, I don't like him, is the top third baseman. Designated hitter is Bryce Harper, who we just talked about. And outfielders, Mookie Betts is the top outfielder right now in the National League. In the American League, Alejandro Kirk from the Blue Jays is the top catcher. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is the top first baseman. Jose Altuve, another guy I can't stand, is the top second baseman. Jose Ramirez is the top third baseman. Bo Bichette is top shortstop. Yordan Alvarez is another guy I can't stand because he wears an Astros jersey. Is a designated hitter. And Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Springer are your outfielders.
Hey, Danny, who's taller, Altuve or Kyler Murray?
Ooh, that's close. I'm gonna say
Altuve.
They both have T-Rex arms, though.
I'm gonna say Altuve by a spike.
That's cold.
Okay,
by a
spike. Okay,
I have to agree, but that's still cold.
It's the baseball cleats.
Just a little insight for baseball, real quickly. The NBA is a leader on social media when it comes to their sporting games, events, and players. We need baseball. If you want to start gathering kids and having more kids play baseball, we need to get these baseball players and teams to jump more into the social media. So I know you don't probably like the players, the fans with the votes, but not only should that be more, it should be they need to improve on that for baseball and baseball popularity in general.
I don't like that for all sports. I don't agree with it. I don't like it in basketball. I don't like it when you vote for the Pro Bowl. I don't like it when you vote for the All-Star teams. I'd rather you have the players vote.
No,
yeah,
I understand. Look, I understand
have
what
to
you
have
mean.
a say so.
But the whole point is to have the people that we don't get to talk to, the people, these millionaires, these famous stars, talk to actual people, something you couldn't do 20 years ago. I mean, think about it. 25 years ago, you were looking at the paper. And then I don't know about you guys, but I used to literally be at the table with my Cheerios, looking at the AFC, NFC columns just to see where they were at, to see if anybody got an X. Now, somebody can just grab their phone. Now, 25 years later, you don't need the paper. You can actually talk to your favorite stars. We can try and reach out and reach some of them, and some of them will actually reach back if you talk to the right one. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a plus to go this route with social media.
Yeah, I think it should be 50-50. It should be 50% your fans vote and 50% your peers. To be fair.
Right, and then the NFL, They just need to make it official. They need to have a MVP player edition. That 100 top ranking that they do for all the players in the NFL, they need to make that an official award. MVP player edition. And then have your MVP league world, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to do that too. And then if they do a fan vote, start with Nickelodeon. They already do. The NFL does that with Nickelodeon anyway. But see, that's the thing.
Nickelodeon? What are we going to slime them or what?
The NBA is the NBA Nickelodeon. Big Chief X told me, and Big Chief literally told me the same day, dude, have you watched the NFL on Nickelodeon? They break down the game for kids in a way I've never seen.
They got SpongeBob. SpongeBob at the 50-yard line. What's going on?
They got SpongeBob in the goalpost when they kick a field goal. They do.
Yeah. And then, like, when the dude scored a touchdown, the whole field goes slimed. It's totally.
Hey, you know what though? That's smart, man. You're getting the next generation of sports fans.
Exactly, but what is baseball doing to gather the generational minds of the young people?
Not much.
The WNBA is now trying to take steps to move in that direction, even though they're not that popular. I mean, look, I'm not a traditional baseball fan, but I will say this much. I'm one of those people who needs something else that pushes me more into baseball.
All right. So real quick, let's wrap it up real quick. We've been a little bit over. What are you looking forward to this week? What do you guys got? There's hardly any sports left.
Saturday, you got Adesanya fighting. I love watching that guy fight, man. So that's what I'm looking forward to on Saturday night. MMA, little MMA action.
By you two wallets.
All right. Week 3 of Big 3 basketball. If you guys are Ice Cube fans and Snoop Dogg fans, I just haven't figured out which teams now that Snoop Dogg now owns. But I believe he owns 3. I don't know what 3. I want to figure that out. So again, every Saturday and Sunday, Big 3. Also, USFL Championship next weekend. Philadelphia Stars with the upset. Woo! Big Chief, I apologize. The breakers were broken. Sorry about your New Orleans, brother. You know, you guys were there, though. It was a good game.
Nah, it was not a good game. It was over. It was over by halftime. That was over by halftime. Come on.
They came back.
Maybe they should have the games on Nickelodeon.
Hey, there's some good football, but
that'll get some viewers.
Hey, you know what? Don't be surprised if The Rock ends up doing that in one way, shape, or form here pretty soon.
So, Anthony says, "What if all the players vote for their own teammates? They won't. They won't. They
won't. There's too much respect. You can only vote for a certain amount. If I'm not mistaken, for the NFL 100 vote, they can only vote 25 players from 1 to 25.
Yeah.
So that would exclude voting your own teammates.
Yeah, and they won't, because what it is you only vote for the first starting 9 or the starting 10, and then the coaches fill in the roster. So you can't do that. But what I'm looking forward to is, I guess, I'm looking forward for the USFL
championship.
You're not watching the Airbender fight?
Not in the East Coast, because unless they start at 10 o'clock at night here, and it's like
Saturday night. Come on, man, Saturday night.
Yeah, and by the time the main event starts, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's old. I'm old, man. I got to go to bed early. But
me too.
But I'm just looking, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing baseball. This is our time to shine. Hockey's over. Basketball's over. They got 6 weeks until football season starts, so that's 6 weeks. It's all about baseball. All-Star game. I really wish I was in LA to go to the.
Hey, I wish I was in Coachella with Joey, man.
Yes, let's go party up. We're gonna go party up with Coachella.
Hey, and again, guys,
let's go.
We got the Coachella.
No, I'm serious, man.
Let's go now.
All right, dead serious. No, like for real, like no joke, dead serious. Let Freddie Freeman free. He got to learn about Cali, man. He got to learn.
All righty. On that note, guys, we want to talk to you. We'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Look, hey, check out for part 2 of In the Mic with Two Wallets as we rank our quarterbacks for the NFL. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. We'll see you later.